Welcome everybody. In today's video, we'll look at the important mathematical notation which is called binomial coefficient. I'll explain a little bit about it later, but first of all, please look at the first notation. So factorial means that for any number n, we add the exclamation mark after that, and normally in mathematics, whenever you see this notation, it basically means that you're doing multiplication starting from 1 times 2 times up to n. So there should be n factors you need to multiply starting from 1 up to the integer you notice here, which is n. And just to give you a couple of simple examples, for example, if you look at 3 factorial, and the answer is by definition 1 times 2 times 3, which is 6. And one more example, how about 5 factorial, and this number, as again by definition you're doing multiplication of factors starting from 1 to 5. So in that case, you'll get that the answer is 120. Okay, so that's basically the first notation we need in this tutorial, and the second one is the main topic, which is the binomial coefficient here. So the notation we are going to use right here, we call it n choose r, and c is a fixed symbol here, but n and r are just some numbers we can freely change. Again, in mathematics, whenever you see this notation, this one basically represents that you're talking about the fraction that contains a couple of factorials on the right side here, and it's like n factorial on the top over r factorial times n minus r factorial. So as an example, please look at the following. If you're talking about 4c2, which I call 4 choose 2 here, and by definition here, it should be the same as the fraction 4 factorial at the top, which is divided by 2 factorial because r is now 2. And the last factorial is 4 minus 2 factorial, and it means that we're talking about 4 factorial over 2 factorial times 2 factorial. And please try to do it by yourself here. The answer, at least for the top of the factorial, 1 times 2 times 3 times 4, which is 24, and 2 factorial is really just the same as 1 times 2, which is 2 here, and it's the same for the second factorial, 2 factorial. So which means the answer is just like 24, which is divided by 4. So the answer is 6 for 4c2 here. So as you can notice in this calculation, it requires the fact that both numbers, the top and the bottom of n and r respectively, should be small. Then we can resolve the fraction pretty easily. But fortunately speaking, nowadays basically all kind of models of calculator, you are able to get this answer pretty quickly by just one symbol or some buttons on the calculator. So just another note for all of you here. Please look at the following. The note is that there are a couple of equivalent notations for the same thing. Some people may use the notation like NR with a bracket containing both numbers to represent the same thing here, or some people use this kind of notation NCR to represent the same thing here. So there are a couple of equivalent definition notations here that you need to notice about, and that's basically the end of the introduction of the binomial coefficient. And in the next lecture, I'll give you a couple of concrete examples to illustrate why it is important and interesting. And see you next time.